Practice 1. We know firm A is expected to pay a dividend of $1 at the end of the year. Okay, so here it's at the end of the first year, so it's D1 as $1. Okay, if it says it's already paid, then that's D0. If it's paid today, it's also D0. But if it's paid at the end of the year, it's D1. Required rate of return RSRI 11%. Growth rate 5% or 0%. What is the stock price? If G is 5%, then P0 equals D1 over R minus G. Plug the numbers in, we could have 16.67. If G is 0, P0 becomes D1 over R. We have 9.09. Again, this RIRS here is stock return. We can also call it, so from the investor's perspective, this is our stock return. From the firm's perspective, this is their cost of common equity. When they issue stocks to us, this is their cost, and it's our return. It is also called required rate of return for the investors because we're undertaking certain risk by buying the stock. Practice 2. This firm just paid a dividend of D0.75. Okay, just paid, meaning it paid this dividend today. So it's D0. The dividend is expected to grow at a constant rate 6.5. G's is 6.5% per year in the future. The company's beta is 1.25. Beta is 1.25. Required return on the market portfolio is 10.5%. Okay, return on the market portfolio is RM, market return, 10.5%. Risk-free rate, 4.5%, RRF. What is stock price? P0 hat. Okay, from this question, we know D0 and G, so we can probably use constant growth model to estimate P0, but we don't know R. So we need to use CAPM first to calculate R, cost of equity. It is the risk-free rate plus market return minus risk-free rate multiplied by beta. Okay, all the three variables are given. Plug the numbers in, we can get RS as 12%, and then we can use D1 over RS minus G, which is the same as D0 multiplied by 1 plus G over RS minus G. Plug the numbers in, we could get price as 14.952. Practice 3. This firm is expected to pay a dividend of 1.25 per share at the end of the year. Again, it's D1 because it's at the end of the year. Stock price 32.5, P0. Required rate of return 10.5% RS. Dividends are growing at a constant rate G. What is growth rate? So we're looking for G this time. From the original model, P0 equals D1 over RS minus G. We can put RS minus G on the left-hand side. It equals to D1 over P0. And if we put G on the left-hand side, it becomes G equals to RS minus D1 over P0. And we know all these three numbers, RS, D1, and P0, given. So we can solve for G as 6.65%. Okay, so from the original model, we can have RS minus G equals D1 over P0, so G becomes RS minus D1 over P0. RS is D1 over P0 plus G. Practice 4. This firm is expected to pay a dividend of 0.5 per share at the end of the year, so it's D1.5. Dividends are growing at the constant rate of G, 7%. 30-day Treasury bill is 6% as its return. Remember, 30-day Treasury bill return is risk-free rate, RRF, 6%. Return on the market portfolio as an average stock, RM is 12%, beta 1.5. What is stock value per share? Okay, stock value per share is the same as stock price. P0 hat. Again, here we want to use constant growth model and use D1 and G to calculate P0, but we don't know R. However, we know risk-free rate beta and RM, so we can use CAPM to solve for RS first. CAPM RS equals to risk-free rate plus market risk premium multiplied by beta. Plug the numbers in, we get 15%. P0 becomes D1 over RS minus G. Plug the numbers in, we can have 6.25. Practice 5. Walmart just paid a dividend of 1.5. Just paid, already paid, means D0, 1.5. Dividend grows at G, 6%, constant rate. 30-day Treasury return is risk-free rate 5%. RPM, market risk premium, okay, it is 6%, which means RM minus RRF is 6%. Okay, this time we're not getting market return, we're getting market risk premium. So it's not RM, it's RM minus RRF as 6%. Beta 2. What is stock price 1 year from now? So we want P1. Step 1, we still want to solve for R using CAPM, which is risk-free rate plus market risk premium multiplied by beta. So we can just use 5% plus 6% multiplied by 2. We have 17% as RS. Okay, for P1, it is D2 over RS minus G. And D2 equals D0 multiplied by 1 plus G squared. Okay, we know D0, just paid, 1.5. We know G, 1 plus 6% square over RS, 17% minus G, 6%. We have P1 as 15.32. An alternative way in step 2 is that we can compute P0 first as D1 over RS minus G equals D0 multiplied by 1 plus G over RS minus G. So P0 is 14.45. P1 would be P0 multiplied by 1 plus G. So we can use this 14.45 multiplied by 1 plus 6% as 15.32. Okay, so you can see a lot of these examples here are combining CAPM and constant growth model. Okay, we can always use market return or market risk premium, beta, and risk-free rate to solve for RS, and then use RS combined with D0 or G to calculate for P0 or P1. Okay, a lot of these practices here are either using constant growth model by itself or using CAPM and constant growth model together. Okay, and also you should pay attention to how to tell if it is D1 or D0. If the dividend is just paid or already paid, it's D0. If the dividend is paid at the end of the first year, then it's D1. Also need to pay attention if the question says it's the return on the market portfolio, then it means RM. If the question says if it's market risk premium, then it's RM minus RRF. Okay, try work on these practices on your own without looking at the solutions. And if you're comfortable with these, you would be very familiar with the constant growth model.